G'day scrappers. Today I've got myself 100 kilos of copper yokes from CRT TVs and monitors. 100 kilos is 220 pounds. I'm going to smash all these up and see roughly how much copper I can get out of these. And yeah, just have a bit of fun smashing stuff up. So I said I've got 100 kilos. I'm actually one copper yoke short of 100. So I'll just grab my last yoke out of a CRT monitor here. No need to scrap out the whole monitor, just want to get my yoke. This is quite an old school one with these hand unwinds. And there we have it. So most of the yokes that I have there, usually they've got like steel plate around there. I've already taken them off previously and cleaned them up a little bit. And from CRT monitors, a lot of times they've got the ring of copper wire around. A lot of times I've taken them off as well. So 100 kilos of copper yokes, or 220 pounds. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this video is actually about 5 months ago, Moose Scrapper started making a video on smashing yokes and processing them, but he never actually got around to finishing the video. In fact, the video only went for 1 minute and it cut short, and that's it. And so I don't know if anyone knows Moose, you know, get in contact with him, make sure he's all right. He has got a history of going off YouTube for a while and then just coming back all of a sudden. So just a bit worried about him. I hope he's okay. And yeah, this is to finish off Moose Scrapper's video. Where he ended off was saying there are 4 things you need when you're smashing these yokes. And he said 1 is a hammer, obviously, and he said 2 gloves, okay, and that's where he stopped. So we don't know what 3 and 4 is. I'd imagine 3 would have been either safety glasses or a face shield. This is really important when you're smashing up yokes because you can get shards of the ferrite. So I prefer to use a face shield because they don't get fogged up like safety glasses can. And yeah, still don't know the 4th one. It might have been a beer, or maybe it was side cutters, because you're going to need them to cut away the copper off your little boards and so on. Yeah, but I think the 3 main things that you need are, well, hammer, safety glasses, and, well, for some people, gloves. For me, I'm not particularly fussed with wearing gloves, like, you know. I'm just putting on this face shield. And yeah, oh, the sun's just come out, so this is probably the fun part and the easy part. The most work is going to be actually in you know, cleaning it all up at the end. So as you can see, I've got PCs lined up around just to create a little bit of a border, but oh, where do you start? So my voice is going to get a bit funny once I've got this face shield on, but let's start and have a crack at it anyway. I've never done 100 kilos in one go, or 220 pounds, but really interested to see. Not that we get these CRTs very often anymore, but they're still around in reasonable quantities. So I just wanted to see how much we actually got from 100 kilos, how much copper anyway. All right. Woo! Get in there. Yeah. Hey, this is fun. Some of these are really solid. It's going to be hard to get the copper out of them. Wonder if I'm going to have enough energy to get through it all. Yeah. This is what I meant about the from the monitors. You get these on top of the yokes. A lot of these have had these removed, so got to keep that in count when counting up the copper. Okay. I'm just going to pull out some of the loose stuff now and reset. Looks like we're going to have a bit of rain, light shower anyway. So I suppose this is where we need our side cutters. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see just how much copper comes out of 100 kilos. And the ones with the ferrite, I'll leave them in the pile to smash up a bit further. Yeah, these ones are quite difficult. The ferrite's almost stuck, glued to them. Quite messy. I probably don't recommend doing 220 pounds in one go. I mean, obviously a lot easier just to do it in smaller batches. You won't have as much junk tangling up. Yep. Yeah, so like I said, if anyone knows Moose Scrapper, you know, see what's happening, make sure he's all right. And yeah, hopefully everything's cool and he just gets back to normal scrap business. I'm pretty sure he's got an actual job, so you know that would take up his time as well as just life. Things happen, things, you know, priorities. So I'll just continue cleaning up, resort this stuff, and we'll get back to it. Okay, back to it. It's good exercise. It's like hard labour. Clean up a bit more. Okay, got a few more goes to get this done. The plastic sort of buffers the force, so I've got to keep moving it. There's some that just won't smash up. Like that one. I should have done 100 pounds instead of 220. Whew. Tell ya, getting too old for this. Well, I'll clean up again. It's starting to rain anyway. Seems as soon as I start, the rain comes, so it's not giving me a bit of a break. I put a whole heap of, I got cardboard. Cover it up with cardboard so it doesn't get wet. That way I can deal with it without wet. That blue tub has got the copper in there, and this black tub has got the plastic, and the ferrite just stays there, and I'll sweep it all up. Okay, well, I think I'm pretty much done here. There's a few pieces like this type here, where you can get out this easy part, but it's wedged in amongst ferrite. So the only way is to just cut out as much as I can. But yeah, but I've smashed everything up. It's just been a little bit hard because I've tried to avoid rain, and every couple of minutes I get into it and then it starts raining, I cover it back up. Okay, all I've got left now is just the ferrite parts. Let's have a look. So yeah, mostly this stuff here with the ferrite bits. I've processed all the easy bits, or most of them. Yeah, so that's all that's left. That's one of the easy bits. So it's just a matter of smashing these, breaking these up into smaller pieces so I can remove the copper. It's taken me a lot longer than I anticipated, because we've had a lot of rain, and I didn't want to get this stuff wet. So the first round was almost impossible. Every 5 or 10 minutes I'd have to cover it back up and go in or do something else. So I started this video, believe it or not, 3 days ago. And yeah, but oh well, we'll get there. So all I do is, once this is a big tangle. Okay. Yeah, so I just I bring it over to this little tub, and there's a lot of all the mixed stuff. It's ferrite mixed with some plastic. Okay, so I'll just untangle this. Okay, so these I do them separately. I've already been doing heaps, so this is what I've still got left. And just to give you an example, a lot of these are really dirty. Yeah, they've got a lot of this glue, like big chunks, and you got to take that off to get copper. And or as much as you can, you might leave little traces, and then these stickers and everything. So it's very, I've spent a couple of hours. Obviously, normally we don't have 220 pounds of this in one go. Like with everything, the best way to deal with these is as you take them out of the CRT, process them straight away, and it's never a big problem. So that's about as clean as I get it. Okay, so yep, and that's ready to go. And with these things, it's now that we've cracked the ferrite, it's just a matter of unwinding, getting out all the bits, because we don't want obviously any ferrite. If we're selling it as number 2 copper, it can't have any ferrite. A little bit of glue, or the lacquer is all right. Yeah, so it's just doing a larger volume of these. It's just a lot of work, and can't really even use gloves because there's no feel there. This one needs to be broken up. And then there's a lot of these little boards where they've usually got a little bit of copper, and yeah, it's just steel. All right, and yeah, so as well, obviously the boards have, you know, little transformers and all this. Most of this I won't bother trying to get the copper out of it. It's just too fiddly, just too messy, and some of these I do. These are easy to cut out and unwind, and especially these ones here. And you can actually get away with, there's kind of like two parts. So I usually leave this part on and then throw the end into transformers. But I unwind this copper because even though I've put it together with the whole batch, just because I want to get the weight, you could just about get away with this one being number one, or well, Millbury copper, bright and shiny, but technically it might have the slightest bit of lacquer on it. But so this is what I've been doing from what I've just showed you, and so there's a bit of ferrite in there. It's easy to leave a bit in there, but mostly it's all these, the first things. And yeah, it's a decent weight. So just got to finish all these, cleaning off, get as much tape as I can and clean them up, continue smashing these up, and hopefully we're not going to get too much rain, so I can get most of this done. And I do this in a bucket to sort of contain all the little shards of ferrite, and also there will be little strands of copper, and I don't get too crazy, but I try and pick up as much of the loose copper as I can. Yeah, so it does knock about, because there's a lot of sharp shards, so it can, you know, it can get cuts. But like I said, this process is just, you don't have any tactile feeling to do it without with gloves. And these are also glued and stuck on, so they can be a little bit difficult, but it's not too bad. There we come. All right, so there we go. Burnt copper, number 2 copper. We'll keep going with that. I'll keep going here, and I'll come back when I'm totally cleaned up, finish all these off. Not that many. Okay, well, here we go. Finally finished it. Oh my gosh, that did take some time. So yeah, a mixture of this part of the copper yoke and just the loose copper. And so we ended up getting less the barrel. It's 37 kilos of copper from 100 kilos of copper yokes. So 37 kilos is 81 pounds from 220 pound of copper yoke. So about a third, a bit over a third, plus also still got all this transformer stuff, and like I said, some of these I will be cleaning up and getting the copper off half and half kind of thing. So, you know, a couple kilos there. Obviously you lost a few little bits of copper here and there, sort of all over the place. But yeah, there you go. So 100 kilos of copper yokes, all random, so it's not just one particular size. You've got larger ones, got very small ones, and everything in between. 100 kilos, 37 kilos of number 2 copper, or as I said, 81 pounds of number 2 copper from 220 pounds of yokes. So you can do the math, what it's worth. And yeah, well, I'm just really happy I got this big batch done. So these are all done, and so what I'll probably do, most likely I'll sell this copper, because I don't particularly like it for melting, because, you know, some of it still has, you know, little bits of glue and tape and stuff. Probably not the best thing to melt, but yeah, I'll just see how I feel. Yeah, I might melt it into ingots one day. Anyway, guys, hope that was a bit of fun. Keep scrapping, and I'll catch you next time.